Yes, yes, people, we're back. We're live. It's the Armoury TV. It's the match preview. We got the star-studded cast. The back four is looking as strong as Arsenal's back four right now. Let's get straight into it. Yes, welcome back. Hope everyone's well. It's the Armoury TV. It's the Arsenal versus Brentford preview. And I've got a great cast with me today. I've got the Silver One. How you keeping, brother?
I'm all good, bro. You? All good. Just glad that
Yeah, good, good.
we're going to see the boys back in action in the Premier League.
That's it, definitely. I was wanting to play yesterday so badly, but we'll get on to all that, I suppose, a bit later. We've also got Brenny in the building. How you doing?
Hey, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Looking forward to the weekend with the football back and all for us. And
Mhm.
when you're at the top, you do miss it. You miss it more.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And the new legend himself, Bobby 1K. How you keeping, bro?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I can't even say I feel refreshed. I was on holiday, hence why I've been missing for a bit, but the holiday just turned into driving and being an Uber driver. So I came back more tired with probably about 20,000 miles on my car. Yeah. So but no, it's all good. It's all good. I did miss the Arsenal. It was paining me, like trying to watch on your phone and it's all freezing. It was a nightmare. So, but we're here. I'm glad to be back. I'm looking forward to Sunday's game. Good news, to be fair, is on because obviously talk that they was gonna have to cancel this game. I think Sky haven't got enough cameras going around, and obviously policing and things like that is going to be a bit of an issue. But they've managed to get the game on at an earlier time, so the game is going to be 12 o'clock kickoff, not 2 p.m. But obviously, it shouldn't make much of a difference because obviously Brentford are a London team. So, do you feel the time change will have much effect on Arsenal? To be fair, we're quite used to 12:30 on a Saturday. Haven't played midweek. Like, any problems there, or just happy the game's going ahead?
Just happy the game's going ahead. They've had plenty of time. So any
Mm.
time, it don't really matter, does it?
Yeah, that's the thing. And
We
again,
should
you're
be
not
ready.
traveling, not like you traveled up to Leeds or
No,
up
no.
north somewhere. Do you know what I mean? It's just down the
The
road,
only
Bristol.
dodgy thing you're doing really is going through Ealing, and that's about it, isn't it? So,
Yeah. All good. So I think the most important talking point is Thomas Partey, I would say. Brenny, are you under the impression if he's fit, he starts, or are you thinking international breaks coming up soon? Do you just leave him out and let him get an extra couple of weeks recovery? And actually, before that, I'm not too sure. Has he been called up for the national team in this break? Bobby,
Um,
you know.
I'm not too sure if has he been, Bobby.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, for me, Gumsa, I'd have him on the bench personally, but I would give him some minutes because I just have this feeling that if he goes when he goes to the actual break with Ghana, he'd probably play more minutes.
Mm,
And I'm dreading that actually because you know what it's like with international games. You know, when you just want your players to come back in one piece.
mm,
And I'm just
mm.
hoping he doesn't break down again when he's on to you. But yeah, I would give him I'd give him some minutes. I mean, to be honest, I personally think we can beat Brentford without him, but I would still give him the minutes.
As confident as you. You don't think we could beat Brentford without Partey?
I
I
said
think
I
we
said
beat.
what's that? I said well I think we could beat Brentford
Yeah, we
without
could, but you
Partey.
should Silver Fox's face, his eyes said
Oh,
different.
I'm listen. El Nenny's still out, and Sam. I like Sambi. Yeah, I do like Sambi, but their physical side, Brentford. They've got some big boys in their team, and Partey could deal with them better than what I think Sambi could, if I'm honest. So he would be if he weren't playing, or even El Nenny, we would miss either of them
hmm.
against a team like Brentford. You saw what they did to Man United,
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I know.
All right, you Bobby. Then you so Silver Fox. You're saying the Partey's fit. He's in. Is that basically what you're saying?
Yeah,
If he's
100%.
fit enough for the bench, he's fit enough to start, and he's in. Bobby, what about yourself?
Okay. I think if we were playing another like if we had him fit for the Everton game, if that was taking place, I said wrap him up in cotton wool and look after him. But because we haven't got a Premier League game for like 2 weeks after this, just play him. Because if he's injured for Ghana, that's not my problem. I don't care about that. That's not my concern. I'm not a Ghana fan. He's an Arsenal player. We pay his wages, so he should be playing for us. And we need him against Brentford. I'm with Tony on this one. I think without Partey, we are going to struggle against Brentford. This is the game I'm most feared about, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's weird he gets called up for this. I'm presuming there'll be international friendlies that's going on. There's not going to be proper matches.
It's one in London and one in Spain, I think. So he hasn't got to travel very far, but.
So the 23rd, I'm just looking at it now. To be fair, they've Brazil v Ghana on the 23rd, and obviously they're playing that in England, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah. And Nicaragua, I think it's the other one.
Yeah, Nicaragua versus Ghana on the 27th. So yeah, I'm with you lot. I play him in this one, and actually I'll pull him off at 60. I'll put a bit of ice on him, and I'll be telling Ghana who's injured, you're not having him. Like sometimes you've got to be a bit ruthless in these situations. I remember United were the best at doing it. The amount of times Ferguson wouldn't let his players go on international duties for little friendlies. And if it's a youngster, for me, like maybe Ben White, you have to let him go and play that because he's not an established first teamer in that England team. So he's going to want to go and play.
He's not been selected anyway.
Yeah, he's not been selected. You know what I mean? But someone like him, even Saka, is like, if he wants to go and prove himself that he should be in that starting 11 come the Euro World Cup, you have to let him play these games. Partey knows he's established. Do you know what I mean? He's probably thinking, I don't really need to play.
I'll be happy if he starts, guys. I will be happy if he starts. Don't get me wrong, but it's just that it just seems to be the Arsenal way, regardless of whoever's managing. It's been like that for years, where certain players don't seem to get rushed. I think if we was playing Tottenham or Liverpool at home over the weekend, then I think he'd definitely start.
But we'll see. Like Bobby was saying, we've got 2 weeks till we're next in action, and if he has to then take a few days off, then he's not really missing much. Canners is here. He's saying, morning, great panel. Partey has to play. And he's saying, let's see Tony try to bully Saliba. Yeah,
that's going to be a great battle.
Yeah, it'll be a good battle. And they do play with two up top, don't they, Brentford? So it's going to be interesting for him and Gabriel how they deal with this, because not often you come up against two strikers. So, and in Mbeumo, he's a problem as well, and he's very quick off the ball. He likes to run in behind. They're a difficult team, Brentford. They really are. What about? I think the next one, Zinchenko. I've heard a rumor he may not be available.
It seems 50-50.
Yeah, if so, again, it's easy replacement for that one, isn't it, Tierney? Any other surprise changes in that starting 11 for you? Tomiyasu, Ben White. What we saying? Silva. We'll go to you.
I don't know. See, I think we're going to need a Tomiyasu. We're going to need his height. For me, as well as Ben White's done on that side, you've got to have a bit of height in there. Because Gabriel still scares the living daylights out of me. So when we were defending, we'd obviously have like five at the back where Saka will come in as a right wing back, if you like. So then Tomiyasu could then come in the middle and deal with the aerial threat of like Tony or someone like that. So I would start Tomiyasu. You know, when he's come on, he's been good. As well as Ben White's been, on that side, I would definitely, for this game in particular, start Tomiyasu, definitely.
Yeah. Bobby, yourself, Tomiyasu or Ben White?
Easy, Tommy.
Yeah, he's had a lot of cameo appearances now, hasn't he? So he does need a start. So then again, it's probably a good time before international window. If there is any trouble, then actually you're not traveling, you need to stay and get yourself fit again. So yeah, Tommy. Brenny, what were you? Tommy or Ben White?
Tommy for me. Yeah, start this game.
Yeah. All right, here's a question for you then. If we're going to put Tommy back on the right-hand side, do we now maybe try Saliba and Ben White? Or would you stay with Gabriel? Because I feel Ben White's had... If it wasn't for the left foot, would Gabriel be starting ahead of Ben White? That's my question. And I'm quite a big fan of Ben White. I think he's done really well. I do like Gabriel, but there is just a few decisions he makes sometimes where I question. I'm not saying he's a bad defender. So if Ben White had a left foot, who would be starting? And that's the question: would Ben White start ahead of Gabriel? So is it maybe a game where we maybe trial?
But you
Ben White.
could shift Saliba to Gabriel's position and put Ben White in his natural, if you like. Because I think Saliba could probably play anywhere, and he's done it for St Etienne, and I think he was there for Nice as well on that left sided.
Marseille. Marseille.
Yeah. So I'd give that a go.
Would this be the game to try it? Do you reckon?
No, you don't. That's the problem. You don't want to do no experiments against Brentford. Don't do it. Look, I know on paper it's Brentford, but Brentford, we know they're a good team. They're capable of anything. So I wouldn't. I don't know. I see Canners is opting for what you're going for.
Agreement, yeah. What about you?
I agree with that.
You would go with Ben White in this game.
I would. Because Gabriel, he has been suspect, and for me, I think that would wake that would, if Ben White performs well in the middle, Gabriel be thinking, well, I've got to work a lot harder now. I've got to work a lot harder, and that's what we need. Yeah. We need that competition because Gabriel is quality. There's no doubt, but Ben White, I think at some point he will get his chance in the middle.
I think he does deserve it. Like, he wasn't bad last season. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, again, if Tomiyasu's not injured, we might not have seen Saliba start the season. It might have been Gabriel and Ben White because they didn't do anything really just to justify him coming out. It's more Tomiyasu's injury which put Ben White on the right hand side. So I think Brenny's right in what he's saying.
You could put Tomiyasu at left centre back because he doesn't.
That'd just be the Arsenal thing to do, isn't it?
Back. But again, is that something you really want to try out in a bounce back Premier League game? You know,
it's difficult, but I think I like what Brenny says because now that shakes up everything. Do you know? Not shakes up in a weird way, but it kind of lets you know you're not a guaranteed starter because at the moment Gabriel's the only left-footed centre back we got, so he's almost a guaranteed because he's left-footed. Whereas actually that says to me, whoever's the best centre back's going to play. Do you know what I mean? And maybe he does need a week out of the team, but time will tell. What about you, Bobby? You, Gabriel, would you be happy to see Ben White play a game there next to Saliba?
I'd only be happy if we move Saliba to the left centre back and then put White there. I think this is why we were trying to get a left centre back. It was well known that we tried to sign, is it Tapsoda from Leverkusen? We were after him in the summer. It's obviously clearly we need another left centre back. We do. But right now, I'd leave it as it is. I do think Saliba and Ben White probably have a better connection. It seems to be working quite well on that right-hand side. But right now, I wouldn't risk it against Brentford. They'll tear us apart.
Fair enough. We'll see what Arteta thinks. But yeah, apart from that, any other surprise changes up the front end? Fabio Vieira maybe getting a start. I'm not sure if ESR's back again. Or do we just...
ESR's out apparently as well.
Okay. So yeah, I think the only one up there really Marquinhos or Fabio Vieira. They're the only two. Or Eddie, to be fair. Any changes you want to make up there? Just do you want me a little surprise? Or would you just go with what's been working? Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, and Jesus. Does it pick itself?
I'll still go with those four.
Don't change it.
Yeah.
It does look quite bare, innit? Like you look up there,
I'd rest Saka personally. That's just me.
Would you?
Yeah, I think Marquinhos has done enough to prove that there's something about him, and I think
that goal last week. Oof.
It's that. I think is it Rico Henry that's their left back.
Yeah,
I think he can be got at if it was because Marquinhos is a bigger build than Saka. I think he would give him more problems than Saka will. That's just the only one I'd do, but I'm quite happy if he plays Saka.
That's a really good point. That's a really, really good comment because he's a strong left back. Is Rico Henry, and I said a few months ago, I said on here that I actually wanted him before we got Zinchenko. It was someone that I rated Rico Henry. I still do. I still do. I don't think he'll be I think it'd be probably another season for someone else snaps him up.
Yeah,
probably end up going to an Aston Villa or someone.
Yeah, no, he's a good player. He's a good player. They have got some good players in that Brentford team, to be fair. But yeah, let's see how we do. Do you expect more of the same? More Arsenal dominating the ball, controlling things? And I think we do have to be wary of that counter attack because United showed us again, like they do every season, our vulnerabilities of the counter attack. And I don't know how it's always them who seem to do it against us, but it just frustrates the life out of me. I think
They
I don't even.
did it to Man City, didn't they? We play a similar style, didn't we? So
Yeah.
that's yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think Ten Hag even took the team talk for that game. I think there's probably just a board in Old Trafford somewhere that says when you play Arsenal, this is how you do it, and just like that, they pop up and do it again. But do you expect more of the same against Brentford? Do you well, actually let's throw the spanner in there? They do play with two up front. Could you see us changing to a five at the back to almost counter that? Because then you naturally got three there to deal with there too.
Well, we kind of already do, didn't we? Like
So we're very fluid, aren't we, in transition? And
you
stuff
look at how we set up, and you see when we defend. You know, Ben White comes in, and then Saka comes back. So it's going to be more of the same. I think that the formation and the game plan will probably be the same. We'll just go at them. Are they quick on the counter?
They are quite
a bit quick, aren't they?
Yeah.
And
again, because they leave two quite high up, so it only needs one ball into one of the channels, and they're in behind. So
the centre halves are not quick as well.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean.
So they do sit back and absorb.
But this is the reason why Partey is important.
Yeah. Do you feel we just go on? Again, there's an air of confidence about Arsenal, and I've been missing this for years. Where the good old days, we used to go to places and we played the Arsenal way, and you've got to beat us. And yes, it could be frustrating sometimes, especially in Champions League where you've gone away from home. You're thinking, why have we not set up to contain a bit more? But almost actually, we see City, they go every game the same way. And I see this Arsenal team being that now. Even though we got beat by United, I was actually happy we went to United and played the same way. It's just playing to United's hands a little bit, but it just shows where we are in our transition. So to go to a five at the back for me kind of alludes that we're not confident in what we're doing. And we're setting up to kind of nullify Brentford. So for me, I'm going straight the same way. I approach every game like that. I think there's only two games now which I don't, which is maybe Liverpool and City. The only two games where I may set up a little different. But apart from that, I'm not really scared of anyone in the league. So for me, I'm going for them. What about you, Bobby? Are you more on let's? Because again, we had this question a few weeks ago. Do we look for the 4-2 or do we try and win 2-0? And some of you were saying you would prefer the 2-0 win, and I was the only one saying
I'd always prefer a 2-0. It does wonders for my blood pressure. But yeah, I think this weekend, honestly, sit back and get in for a roller coaster. I think it's be a crazy game. I think there could be loads of goals. Hopefully, more for us than them. But I am slightly nervous. Before the Everton game, someone asked me, "What points do you want?" I said 4. And I went, "Okay, so which one are you dropping? Getting the draw. I'll be happy with a point against Brentford. I'll be well happy with that. Only because you've seen how teams have gone to Community Stadium. Leeds got tore apart, didn't they? Man United got tore apart. So it wasn't just the Man United; it was also Leeds. And that was a 50-50 game, but they literally got tore apart by Brentford. So I'd stick with our own game plan. I wish Arteta would have a very good a B plan, but he doesn't because he hasn't been doing it enough. So we have to stick with what we know and just stick with that. And hopefully we don't get torn apart by Tony. Yeah. He's the one that I hope he just has a really bad game because that guy will be intolerable after the game.
He's going to be on a high as well because obviously he's just been selected for England as well.
I'm happy. I'm very happy about that.
Which is
he deserves it. He does deserve it.
He 100%.
He does. But yeah, just before we kind of move on to predictions, obviously we had the Everton game rescheduled, and obviously the PSV game was cancelled as well. The fixtures when we come back from international, it's a tough, intense kind of period. Do you feel we have the depth to deal with that? And I'll just run through some fixtures quickly. So 1st of October, we have Tottenham at home. The 6th, we have Bodo, I think you pronounce it. Then the 9th, we have Liverpool. Luckily, those 3 games all at home. Then we go away to Bodo. Then we're away to Leeds 3 days later. Then we have PSV 3 days after that. Then 3 days after that, we have Southampton. Then it's 4 days, we've got PSV away. 3 days Nottingham Forest, 4 days Zurich, then Chelsea away 3 days later. 2 days after that, we have Brighton, and then 4 days Wolves. That is an intense run.
Well, what's good about that is obviously the Man City game's been taken away now. So
Yeah. That's the only saving grace, but they've just put the PSV one there.
yeah.
But that's an intense run. And again, yes, hopefully we have everyone back fully fit in that period, but it's an intense run. But if we can take what we've seen in this first half of the season, we haven't rotated well much, and we still picked up quite a few knocks. Do you know what I mean? So how does that fare for you? You kind of worried going into that period now, because before you saw the fixtures, before the Europa League games were put in there, and you're just like, okay, it's a hard run, but when you now put in them Europa League games, you realise the breaks in between, there's not much. Like, I think the biggest break we got is like a 5-day break between a league match and Europa League. It's like a 5-game. Apart from that, it's 3 days and 4 days a lot. How do you think we're going to fare in that period, Brenny?
Well, you know what? I think we'll be okay. I still think after that round of games we'll be in the top 2. But I look at that and there's going to be some rotation. 100%.
Yeah,
rotation. It's got to be. You know, I think the only change that I could definitely say is that I feel that Turner will be in the Europa League games. But I cannot see him playing any Premier League games in October.
Not if Ramsdale's fit, yeah.
Me personally, I cannot see it.
And I think it's Eddie's going to be called upon a lot. Marquinhos, ESR, and Vieira. Yeah. I think that the one place I'm scared is centre midfield. I think that's the only issue, because we just don't have numbers. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, Zinchenko, Tierney's fine. Cedric will come in and play. You have Holding. And then if Ben White's not playing in the league, then Ben White comes in. So you've got your back 4 who will rotate every week. Up front, as you said, you've got Marquinhos, ESR, Nketiah, and Fabio Vieira. So that takes the 4 attacking options, gives the break. It's the 2 centre midfielders. If we only have Partey, Sambi Lokonga, and Xhaka.
Number 34.
Yeah. Maybe it's Xhaka. Maybe Xhaka plays through. He's shown he's able to kind of cope with demands. Maybe he plays the majority, and Partey's one that kind of rests up. But and that's with a fully fit squad. Do you know what I mean? We've called that. But any injuries now, we're really scraping. Nelson might be back sooner, hopefully, than later, which may give you another option. Maybe you play Vieira a little bit deeper, and then you give ESR the number 10 and Weiss Nelson.
It may get to the point where Vieira ends up playing up front.
But it does make you question some of the decisions to loan out like a Maitland-Niles now, doesn't it? Like, if we're not bringing someone in, that one kind of is the one where you think he's a man who can do many jobs and would offer adequate cover. But again, we have to trust it. Canners is saying he's looking forward to Vieira integrating in that period. Yeah, he's the one I'm really looking forward to. I've seen a couple of passes from him, and I'm like, this boy looks like he's gonna bring something special. And then games where it's quite tight, you can't break a team down. Maybe he's gonna be the answer to come and unlock things. So looking forward to seeing him and Marquinhos as well. But on that note, we've had a look in the future. Oh, sorry, Bobby, I'll come to you. What's your thoughts on that fixture pile-up coming? And does that really show the importance of winning this game? If we can go into the international break still on top, it just helps going into that busy period, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm fearful of October. I have to say well done and thank you to Man City, because without them agreeing to postpone that game, that wouldn't have happened. Means Man City have to agree to that. So well done to Man City. But I'm fearful. I said about the transfer window that we didn't do enough. We didn't sign enough. We let out some players on loan, which I think could have been quite handy. Maitland-Niles being one, but also another striker like either Balogun or Birev. Both of those I actually quite respect, and they should still be here as well, because if we're talking about rotating Jesus and Eddie, but what if Eddie plays one game, gets an injury, Jesus plays the next game, gets an injury, then we've got no strikers. And I am not with the Martinelli as a striker brigade.
Not yet.
I don't agree with that. He's not a striker. If he was a striker, he'd be scoring more goals right now. So I'm fearful, but let's I think I might stay off the Arsenal Twitter sphere through October because I think there might be a few meltdowns. Yeah, but yeah, I'm dreading it a little bit. But
Yeah,
you know, have to have confidence. So
that's it. What about you, Silver? Where would you want to see us at the end of that run, going into the World Cup? Where would you like to see us? And where do you expect to see us? And that's kind of with looking at other
Was
teams
that
around us.
league position?
Yeah. What do you think we can kind of
As long
come
as
out
we're
of
still
there?
in that top four, as long as we're still in that top four, I don't care where, because that's the main objective. As much as I love being top of the league and singing about it and whatnot, it's all about top four. And with the depth of our squad, we're not going to win the league anyway. So yeah, as long as we are in the top four, that's I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah, no, definitely. Cool. Right, we're gonna move on to predictions. This one's a difficult one for me. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna hear what you lot are saying first before I give mine. Brenny, we're coming to you. What's your prediction for this game?
I'll say 2-1 to us. It's going to be a tight game. 2-1.
Bobby?
you're not going to like mine. You're not going to like mine at all. I think it's going to be 3-1 to Brentford.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That will really have the naysayers.
I'm hoping Arsenal win. I always do, but my football brain tells me I think we might lose.
Think about this game you don't like the look of. It's like it's them and the Palace, isn't it? It's them kind of games we really don't like sometimes. Silver.
No, it is going to be a tough game. I think it depends how we start the game for me. If we come out the blocks quick, get an early goal, that would open them up a little bit more. So if we do that, based on that, and I'm going to go with my heart here, I think we will concede because they are capable of a goal. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 the other way, Arsenal.
I like that. I was thinking that one, to be fair.
Partey bicycle kick.
Yeah, I love it.
Then he gets injured again.
I don't know. I can see Brentford scoring, but these are the kind of games sometimes where we just don't concede. And I could see 1-0 to the Arsenal.
I take it.
And it's going to be weird because I can see nothing but goals in this game. But think about it, it feels like it's just going to be more of a chess match than we think.
To be honest, the 12 o'clocks tend to be quite boring games as well. So that kind of, because that early Sunday morning, you don't want to be playing football to be fair. So they can be very boring games. So
I'm going to go a long time since they've all played as well. So
I'm gonna go 1-0 to the Arsenal. Yeah, maybe
any bold predictions like goal score or something?
It's gonna be easy to say Jesus, isn't it? But I think Martinelli will grab it.
Well, I'm hoping that Zeus gets a hat trick or something because he's my captain this week.
Oh, is he? That's a good point. I ain't been to Dream Team actually.
Maybe I should take the captaincy off him actually, and maybe he will bang through.
Yeah, that's the thing. Do it. But yeah, what about you, Brenny? Who are you going for goal scorer?
Goal scorer, I would say I'm going with Saka will get the first goal.
Yeah, needs it.
After his last goal, I think he'll score the first, and the winning goal. I think
Xhaka.
No, I think it'd be Gabriel Martinelli. I think Jesus will assist or be in a build up for both those goals.
Okay,
he'll do something. Yeah.
And yourself, Bobby, you've gone 3-1 to them. So just give me the Arsenal goal scorer.
Odegaard.
It's a good shout. Cool. Right. On that note, guys, you got the predictions. You got.
I can't believe he's got conceded 3 with Saliba in there as well. It's nuts.
Yeah. Sorry.
I
hope I'm wrong. I always do. I always hope I'm wrong.
We haven't got a confident panel today, so let's see how this one pans out.
It's because it's been so long. We don't know how to feel.
Yeah, I think that's the issue, isn't it? It's over a week since we last played. But again, that hopefully will freshen up the players. They've had a good probably period, bit of rest in it. So let's see if they can kick on. But definitely Arsenal just leave us top of the league going into the international break, and that would do me very, very well.
Mm.
But guys, thank you for tuning in. Sunday, obviously, the live game. We doing a live watch along?
I'm not free.
I'm not sure.
I'm
no.
not going free for that.
Cole might be able to do it for us. We're not too sure yet,
All
do
right.
we? Tony?
We'll find out.
So,
It might be a watch along. There definitely be a reaction. I'll be there for the reaction afterwards. But on that note, guys, we are out of here.
Come on, you guys.